Creating reports and managing them using Studio Sessions. Using reports, with Bluebeam open, you can see I've got some markups here already. And then down here on the markups list, you can see we're reading out some of this information. Now, before I go too far into this, make sure that you have the markups list open. And over here, you can click on it. If it's collapsed, this is what it would look like. You just click on this. Also, you can collapse based off of how you collapse it. You may see this image. You can click it the same way and you can switch to your markups list. Also, markups list, for whatever reason, could be shifted up here. If you like working it that way, just leave it. If you don't, you can shift this back and then you can view the information that way. So what's nice about the markups list is it essentially all the markups that you place on your drawings based off of the way that you've set up your templates, or if you're using the default Bluebeam one, it's going to read out parameters. So I've placed these notes here, and if we come over here to the tool chest, we can see that I've grabbed those out of the architect review tool chest, and all I do is I grab them and then drag them over, and then we read out these parameters down here at the bottom. So we have the subject. So if we click on that markup and then come over here to our settings, we can see the subjects right here. We can also see the author and then date and then the comments. So we have 2 here. We can see 2 right here. And there's a variety of other things as well. So status, color, layer, and space. Space is really cool because we can actually export out room information from Revit that then is read as spaces in Bluebeam. So when we go in here and place markups, for example, if I placed one in this electrical room, it would read out as the electrical room in one of the markups. And then we could filter that markup down to a specific room. And that can work with anything. If I wanted it to filter down to a specific author, I can do that as well by choosing my name or somebody else's. If you wanted more information to this, or if this information isn't important to you, for example, color, you would come into the markups list, drop that down, then go to the columns, and then you can find the color parameter in here and then turn it off by just selecting it, and you can see it goes away on the markups list. If we want it back, we can just select it. If we don't want capture, we can select that. If we don't want status, maybe we don't want the page label, we don't want space, and then so on. You can kind of go through this and filter however way you want. If you wanted these to be ordered differently, if you wanted date first, you could just drag this over and you can see that little arrow kind of telling you where it's going to pop up. You can shift these around however way you want by doing that. If we go back to the markups list drop down, we have a variety of other things as well. So we can import and export markups, which we'll take a look at later. We can also do a capture summary. If we wanted to filter down this information, we would just come here and turn on filters, and then we could filter this information. For example, here we could base it off the subject, and so we choose whatever's in this list. So if we wanted to filter it down based off the architect subject, we could do that by selecting it, and then we can see how it filters it. We can export that as a summary that we can then review later on. If we wanted to turn off all our markups, all we would have to do is click this, and we can hide everything, talk about the different spaces, and then bring back those markups. And then after we're done kind of configuring this the way that we want and showing the information that we care about, we can come over here and then click on one of these reports. So if we wanted a CSV summary or an XML summary, a PDF, and even printing the summary, we can choose one of these and then actually export out this as a PDF or whatever, then use that report to manage our projects, review the comments and different things on there, treat it as almost a punch list, and a variety of other uses as well. So it's really up to you and how you want to use it, but essentially that's how you would do a report out of Bluebeam.